In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how the WYSIWYG editor, or some people call it the HTML editor, works, what some of the controls are, how you can use it to add links, add other features to your blog post. You'll notice that up around here, this top area, looks probably a lot like what you're used to with Microsoft Word or another word processor. You have controls to make things bold, italic, underline. This is for a strike through if you want to correct an error. You can do bulleted lists and do indents. This is to add a picture we'll look at later. And change typefaces if you want, although we really don't recommend doing that. We like just straight plain text for the most part. And in this tutorial, I'm just going to show a couple of the key features. We'll come back later to adding an image. But I've already started to write my post, and I'm writing a post about Holland Land Office Museum naming Dean Richmond one of the top 25 things that helped make Genesee County famous. So I've written some of my post already. You can see I added a couple of links. I'll show you how to add another link here shortly. Now for this post I really don't need to bold anything, but let's say I did want to bold the name Dean Richmond, then I would just highlight it like that and then come up here and click bold, and now you can see that it's bold. And just as easily, if I decide that's a mistake, I highlight it and unbold it. Same thing would apply with italics, with underline, and with strike through. So those are how you use those controls. If I wanted to do a bulleted list, which isn't really appropriate for this post, I would just highlight the line that I wanted to be bulleted. Click the bulleted list thing here, and you can see now this becomes bulleted, and if I hit return, then more bullets get added, and if I'm done adding bullets after the last one, hit return again, that last bullet goes away. So, but I'm not really doing that for this post, so I'll just undo what I just did. So, now, one of the things I want to do is add more links to this post. You can see I've already have some links. Now, I'm working off of a blog post that is on the Holland Land Office Museum site. I'm going to be quoting from it, and I'm going to want to link to it. So I keep, various tabs open for whatever I'm working on. So I'll go over to this tab here, where I've already got the post up for 25 things that made Genesee County famous, number 10, Dean Richmond. And I'll just scroll down here because later on I'm going to come back to this quote. But I want to get the link right up here out of the browser bar, so I just highlight it. And then I do a copy. For me, that's, just push Command C. Or you can use the copy and paste in menu items here. But I'm using Command C, and I've copied that link, and I go back to my post and find the words that I want to make into a link and highlight them. Then I go up to this button here. This is the link button. Click it and paste in my link. And you'll see the HTTP that was at the start of this just automatically disappeared. Don't worry about that. It will be taken care of automatically. Now you see this little tab button up here, target. One thing we like to do when linking off to a site that's off of the Batavian site is have that open in a new window. So we select new window blank, and then click OK, and there's your link. Now, I mentioned before I want to add some quoted text. So after this bit that I've just written, I put in a return, go back to my post that I'm quoting from, and then highlight the paragraphs that I want to use. Again, Command C to copy. Go back to the tab with my post, paste that in. Now, with quoted material, we like to indent that in a block quote when we're using this much, so I highlight what I want. Now notice these two little buttons up here. This one on the right is for indent. So I click it, and you'll notice this one immediately becomes highlighted to decrease the indent. And if you look at your post, you can see it really doesn't look any different. The only way that you can tell that this is indented is that if you click outside of the indent area, like here, you'll see this little indent is grayed out. But if I come back into the area that I indented and click it, now it's no longer grayed out. So I can double check that which areas I've indented or not. For this particular tutorial, that's pretty much all that I wanted to show you. Again, we reviewed how to bold and italic and make something an underline. We talked about indenting or not and adding a link. So those are just a few of the things you can do with your blog post on the Batavian.